To Belize or not to Belize? Hi, I'm Frank Greco, the travel guy. And oh yeah, you better Belize it.
Come on now, there's a world out there and it's waiting to be explored. If you're craving an adventure, the travel guy's got what you're looking for. Sights and sounds, street to town, just take a look around. As you dream of paradise, there's advice we must bestow. Don't just pack your bags and hit the road, you gotta know before you go.
Belize is located in Central America and is bordered by Guatemala, Mexico, and the Caribbean Sea.
Once I arrived, I went to the western part of Belize to check out one of the tallest Maya pyramids in the country. To get there, we crossed the Mopan River. Get this, in a hand-cranked ferry, one of many on our trip. This place is known as Xunantunich, which served as a ceremonial center for the Maya people many, many centuries ago. The Mayan Empire has had a long and fascinating history, so I'm going to try to keep this simple. This is the Stella House, which was used by the Mayas to conduct bloodletting and human sacrifices. After a tour of the grounds, it was time to stand on top of the world, and to do this, I had to start climbing. At this point, my worst fear hit me. Philip, my guide and friend, was probably already at the top. Great, and I have to keep up to him.
This is El Castillo, the castle, and it's about 130 feet to the top.
I was only a third of the way up and already amazed at the scenery and the magnitude of El Castillo.
Okay, you really gotta watch your step when you walk here, okay? Don't be amazed by everything around you because it's a very long drop to the bottom.
It's amazing to think that more than 2,000 years ago, the Maya civilization built these magnificent structures as a ceremonial center to honor their gods. In its peak, Xunantunich housed 6 major plazas surrounded by more than 25 temples and palaces. El Castillo was and still is the most prominent structure and the tallest in Belize. I can't wait to see the view from the top.
City, and it's really not what I expected. There's a lot of poverty, but the people are so warm and so welcoming. About 1/3 of Belize's population lives here, making it the largest city in the country.
Over 300 years old, Belize City is the country's main commercial area and seaport. While exploring the city's colonial landmarks, I came upon St. John's Cathedral, the oldest Anglican church in Central America. Built in 1812, the European-influenced architecture is reflective of Belize's multicultural nature.
The weather has really turned on us here in Belize City. The water's really choppy, it's really windy, and the forecasters are predicting a huge storm. Luckily, the Bliss Lighthouse is here to guide the way. So Daniel, what's the history of the Bliss Lighthouse?
Okay, the tomb that you see to my left here is the tomb of a British baron named Henry Edward Victor Ernest Bliss. Came here on a yacht named the Sea King. He only spent 3 months here when he died on the 9th of March 1926. But before he died, he left a trust fund and left over $1 million for the country. That was because he was treated nicely by the local people he met, especially the fishermen out there. While on his little yacht, they stopped to assist him in everything he does there. So he left that money for the country. Only the interest of that money is to use to do community projects to benefit the country, like little park, and maybe a library and things like that.
So tourism is the #1 industry here in Belize, and as you can see, the streets are just filled with vendors and markets and people selling everything. I'm gonna go check out what this lady over here is selling. It's some kind of food, not sure what it is. Figured we'll go taste it and see what it is. I'm just wondering what this is.
This is tuguno with meat.
So we're gonna try, I think she said something with meat. So we're gonna give it a try. We'll see what it tastes like. Here we go. I think it might be the corn rind. Here we go, ready? No? Oh, apparently I'm not doing it right. Apparently we're supposed to peel it. I don't know how to get into it. Okay, here we go, ready? It's actually really good. It tastes kind of like a spiced corn. First taste of Belize. There you go.
Belize is the only country in Central America where English is the official language. A lazy Saturday afternoon in Belize entails a good game of dominoes. Sitting in the middle of the city's main street, I get my first lesson.
I'm halfway up at this point and wondering, where the heck is Philip?
Hey, Philip.
Hey, man.
Oh, what a climb.
Far.
Tell me, what's the significance of El Castillo?
Well, this was the Maya ancestral shrine, their sacred or spirit mountain. So some of their important ceremonies probably took place from up here.
Oh, this is a great sight.
Come on, let's go, man.
Oh, man, more climbing. Wait up.
As you can imagine, Philip dashed to the top in record time, and I followed, well, at a slower, leisurely pace. Once I reached the top, I gazed at a breathtaking view of the Guatemalan border and the surrounding countryside. I felt like I was above the clouds.
Oh, Philip.
Hey, man, you finally made it.
What a climb, bud. It's windy up here, but what a beautiful view.
Yeah, this is Shenantonich, man. It means Stone Lady or Maiden of the Rock. You can see the residential complex out in the distance and a few temples which were also used for observations by the Mayas.
This reminds me of the Egyptian pyramids where they had their burial chambers. Do these pyramids also have burial chambers?
Yes, they do, but unlike the Egyptian pyramids, these were multi-purpose. They were used for residences, observations, ceremonies, you know, so they had a lot of uses.
I wanted to capture the scenery before we moved on, so I snapped away. On the way back, I cranked the ferry, and let me tell you, it's not as easy as it looks.
Crazy gringo.
I'm here at the Belize Zoo with my friends Sable and April. And these animals look a little weird because, well, quite frankly, they are. They're called tapirs. They're the national animal of Belize. And this is the only place in the world you can find these animals. I want to talk to my friend Umberto, who's going to give us a little more detail on the tapirs.
Tapirs are the largest land mammals that live in Central America, and they ranges from Mexico to as far as Colombia. Here in Belize, tapirs are our national animal, and they're considered to be an endangered species. April is quite a famous animal. Every year in the month of April, we celebrate her birthday. I normally make the cake, fruit cakes and vegetable. And kids come from all over Belize to celebrate her birthday.
This is a whole lot of fun. A little scary, but a lot of fun.
More peanuts.
No more peanuts in the one? There you go. Can we go check out some of the other animals?
Sure, we can.
Now this is my favorite bird in the whole wide world. It's the macaw, just because of their just brilliant colors. We're trying to coax one down so we can at least hold it or play with it.
Come
We
on,
might
there.
be lucky. Oh, there we
Come,
go.
Swan.
There we go. There we go.
There. Whoops.
Okay, here. I'll
That's
let you
okay.
feed this
Oh,
one. I
it's
just want to watch. Look at this.
Here. Here. You be very careful. You hold it from the tip.
Okay.
Okay.
First tip I just got, hold it from the tip so I don't lose a fingertip.
That's right.
Oh, they just hold it in their claws and look at them just eat away. Right, little one? Okay, I'm gonna try it now. That was easy. That was real easy. Now I'm your friend. Maybe not. Thanks, Umberto. This
Okay.
is quite a treat.
All
I
right,
know many
Frank.
people, if you're watching this, you're not gonna get in the cage like we are, okay? We've just made special arrangements, but it's getting up close and personal with the macaws.
Now, when did the zoo open?
The zoo was opened back in 1983. Today, we have somewhere around 45 different species of animals and 175 individuals in our collection. We only exhibit native animals, animals that occur here in Belize. We do have the jaguars, which are, again, are endangered species. As you know, jaguars are on top of the food chain for this area. Yeah, they're the biggest cat and the third largest cat in the world.
Wow.
So,
I thought I was the largest guy in the food chain because I like to eat too. Umberto, I see the crocodile there, right? But what's the difference between a crocodile and an alligator?
actually, the range is alligators do not occur in this part of the world. We have the Morelets crocodile and the Acurus, which is known as the American crocodile. This one that we are looking at then is the Morelets crocodile, the ones that live in the fresh waters.
What's the biggest size that they get?
This, for being a female, she would be somewhere around 6 feet, 7 feet. But a male, mature Morlet crocodile would grow as long as 9 feet.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how many crocodiles do you have in the vicinity here?
Okay, we have the adult mom here, and there's some other little ones around here. I would say these are free-ranging crocodiles. They can go out whenever they wish to.
I arrived at Jaguar Paw, which is located 75 minutes southwest of Belize City. And there are so many activities to do, I figured ziplining was the best place to get started. My guides briefed me and then let me in on a little secret. Apparently, I was rappelling too.
Straight down.
Straight down.
Hold on. Just
No pick off.
no kickoff. Just straight. Okay. Here we go. I guess we're gonna try it. All right. So we get harnessed up over here.
This is where we get geared up.
All right. Let's go get our gear. This is my gear.
Put your hard hat on first.
My hard hat. Okay.
I've got my harness, my helmet, my gloves, and my pulleys, and I cannot wait to soar through the treetops like Jane of the Jungle.
I think this could possibly be the best way to see the Belize rainforest. Here we go. Ah! Perfect. That is amazing. Jeepers, this is like the most amazing activity I've ever done in my life. No lying.
Come all the way
All
down.
the way down.
Bend your knees and come back up. There we go.
Fantastic.
After my high-flying experience on the zip line, I headed to my next adventure, cave tubing. To get to the starting point for our tubing, we had to trek through true tropical rainforest, rich with ferns and palms. Jaguar Paw is located on 215 acres of jungle reserve, and the pristine quality of the environment targets ecotourism enthusiasts. It's really no wonder the #1 industry in Belize is tourism, especially when you have places and activities like this to experience. The Caves Branch River running through the Jaguar Paw property has an extensive caving system. The Belizeans joke that on every property there's a cave, and in every cave there are Maya artifacts. So really, who knows what can be discovered? And here's a quick little tip for you. Not all water in Central America is warm. The cave water is actually quite chilly, so be prepared.
The zip lining was fantastic, but the cave tubing might be just as good, if not better.
Philip picked me up to take me to Barton Creek Caves. He wanted to take a shortcut and cross the river by ferry, but we hit a little snag.
We've come to a little halt in our travels. As you can see behind me, this is one of 5 hand-cranked ferries that are in existence in Belize, and this one's down. So our friend and tour guide, Philippe, is talking to the construction workers just to see what he can negotiate or if in fact it will be ready. This is one major traffic jam in Belize when these things are down. Hey, Philippe.
Hey.
So what's happening here?
Well, this is the situation, and they're doing repairs on the ferry, so we won't be able to go across on the ferry. So I guess we'll have to make a loop and go around.
So let's go take our other route and we'll go to the Barton Creek Caves.
Yep.
Thank you.
Let's do it.
We couldn't take our shortcut, so we went the long way around. The Barton Creek Caves are located pretty much in central Belize, and along the way, I had a chance to see more of the countryside. We crossed bridges and, yes, the river to get to the caves.
It was a bumpy and wet ride, but I'm here at the Barton Creek Cave. And what I like to do now is take a canoe ride through the caves with my guide, Philip.
Cave exploring is becoming the #1 attraction in Belize. They have more than 250 caves discovered, but hundreds more still lie hidden. These caves are some of the most spectacular on Earth. Because of the extensive cave systems, Belize is often described as being just like a block of Swiss cheese.
Well, caves were very important for the Maya people. As a matter of fact, caves were viewed by the Maya as a secret connection into the underworld, into Barton Creek Cave. For the Mayas, Xibalba, the place of fright.
And why did they call it the place of fright?
Well, because it was a place that was filled with spirits of the ancestors. It was filled with diseases. You know, it was a place where many of their gods lived. Because the Mayas believed in many gods. They did not only believe in one, but many. This was really a place of high ritualistic practices. What you would find would be skeletal remains in many cases, lots of pottery, mortar and pestles, the grinding tools of the Maya, little fire pits that were used to illuminate the cave, or in some cases, they were used to make cornbread as an offering to the gods of the underworld. Pieces of jade has been found in caves like this one. And also, interestingly, a necklace made out of perforated animal finger bones was also found inside this cave. So quite a lot of evidence is here to tell us that it indeed was a place of high rituals for the Maya.
So, Philip, these stone formations hanging down are stalactites?
Yes, they are. The ones hanging down from the ceiling are stalactites, and the ones that would grow from the ground up are called stalagmites. They are formations that take hundreds, if not thousands of years to form. And the way they form is simply from rainwater that comes down on the mountaintop. As this rainwater filters through the limestone, it breaks down the limestone due to the rainwater being acid. It breaks it down into calcite minerals. And the calcite minerals, as they hit the outer surface in the cave itself, they calcify to create a stalactite or a stalagmite.
Early on, we spoke about the rituals that were conducted here by the Mayans. Now, you were telling me that there's also some skeletal remains in this cave?
Yes, on about 10 ledges of the cave that we're going by presently, there are lots of cultural evidences. All of these cultural evidences are proof of some important ritual that would have been done in this cave by the Maya. We have found skeletal remains in this cave of over 28 individuals. These individuals would have been more than likely sacrificed to Chak. The Maya rain god was one of the gods that lived in the underworld.
To cap off the trip, Lauren and I decided to meet at Hidden Valley, located at the Mountain Pine Ridge Forest Reserve. During our tour, we faced a number of obstacles along the roadway, like this log. Did we get out to move the log? Heck no, we just drove over it.
Valley is located on 7,200 acres of private reserve. With over 90 miles of hiking and mountain biking trails, we were able to explore all the rare and beautiful wildlife of the area. Pumas, jaguars, otters, and ocelots are often sighted. Nonetheless, we still managed to see the 9 gorgeous waterfalls and several secluded pools on the property.
Yeah, one of my favorite sights on the trail was the 1,000-foot falls.
Actually, they're named the 1,000-foot falls, but really they're 1,600 feet and are not only reputed to be the tallest in Central America, but are proclaimed as a national monument.
Finally, we decided to cool off, and I couldn't wait to take a jump into one of those secluded pools.
I hope you enjoyed our visit to the interior of Belize.
We both learned there's so much more to Belize than just sand and surf.
So until next time,
Go before you go.
Getting to some of the places I visited is an adventure on its own. The roads off the main highway are pretty rough, so if you suffer from motion sickness, take something with you that'll help you because you're going to need it. Belize is one of the few countries in the world that protects and designates about 40% of its land as a nature reserve. But do your part. Leave only your footprints and not your garbage. And remember this, do not try to feed or pet any of the wild animals you may meet along the way. Watch where you walk at all times. And if you're gonna put your hand in the bush, make sure you know what's on the other side. Because if you don't, there may be a little critter waiting just to snap at you. And that's gonna hurt. Belize has many cave systems and big lush forests waiting to be explored. But always use a local experienced guide to take you to these places so you won't get stranded or end up someplace you shouldn't be. Oh yeah, and don't forget your camera because you're gonna want to capture every moment